Hi, everyone, and welcome to IT 2650 Java Programming Language. I'll be your instructor. My name's Peter Grappentine, and in this video, we're going to go over our syllabus and sort of the course structure and the course calendar. Before we get into that, let me just give you a little bit of information about myself. I've been a software developer for 6 years. I work at Progressive Insurance, and I started for about 2 years. I was working on their quoting website. So if you've ever like searched Progressive and gotten a quote online, I helped make that website. And for the last 4 years, I've worked on the Progressive mobile app. So if you've ever downloaded the Progressive mobile app and used it to pay your bill or to look at your ID cards or something like that, that's the app that I've worked on for the past 4 years. So this is going to be sort of the format of our Java programming course, and most videos will look just like this, except I'll be coding in a window instead of showing you the syllabus. And so here is the syllabus right here. I have it pulled up. For every week, we're going to have pretty much the same structure, and so that structure is going to be, I will give you guys a video tutorial or a series of video tutorials, and I will then give you a short written quiz and a coding assignment. And so each week I'm going to try to grade the quizzes and the coding assignments and have those grades posted on Blackboard. So each week you'll know your standing in the class. This is sort of the format that I've used in the past, and that I've used in 2 classes this semester, and it's been working so far. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. So I hope you guys enjoy the format of this class. I'll be posting the videos to YouTube, and I will be sharing them through the announcements section of the class and in the course content section of the class. Each week, I'll post a folder with the week's course content, and that includes the quizzes, the online coding assignments, and the video tutorials. So I'm just scrolling down to the methods of evaluation section of our syllabus. One last thing, this course is 100% online, and so I'll just post the videos. You'll do everything at your own pace. The evaluations are going to be due weekly, but throughout the week, you can do them whenever you have free time throughout the week, but there is a hard due date on the assignments and the quizzes. There's going to be no textbook required. I will occasionally post links to the Java documentation, so you can read the documentation for Java. That comes straight from the source. So it's not like any other person besides myself interpreting that for you. It's going to be the direct Java documentation, and then my video tutorials, and that'll be pretty much the content for the course. But you don't have to buy a book that we never read. Sometimes you'll take a class where you'll get a book and you won't use it as much. And so I just don't think that that's a very economically feasible way to do things. And so it just makes more sense, given all the information we have online, all the good information we have online, to just use that information and to supply you guys with video tutorials. So for the methods of evaluation, we're going to have 10 assignments worth 20 points apiece, 20 points each, and those will be your coding assignments, right? So for the first 2 weeks, it'll be kind of this first week is just going to be syllabus, and then the next week is going to be a tools and a sort of JVM overview. You'll learn, if you don't know what the JVM is, you'll learn it in the next week. And then in week 3 on, we'll have our assignments and quizzes every week. And that'll lead up to the last 2 weeks, where our second to last week, we'll sort of go over, do a review for the final, and then the final week will be final exam week. So we've got 10 coding assignments for 20 points each, 10 quizzes for 10 points each, and 1 final exam worth 100 points. So half of our class is going to be coding assignments. So that's 50% of your grade will be coding assignments. 25% of your grade will be quizzes, and then 25% of your grade will be the final exam. That final exam is going to be a coding exam. So that final exam is going to be very similar to a coding assignment, right? So about 3/4 of your grade is going to be coding, and about 25% of your grade is going to be sort of like a conceptual quiz. So moving down, this is basically just your point breakdown, right? So, every week you'll get updated with the amount of points you have in the class and your grade in the class. So there should be no surprises going from week to week. So here is sort of our course calendar. This is part of the syllabus. I'll have this syllabus posted online for you so you can check it whenever you feel free, and feel free to download it as well. So our week one, this is what we're doing right now, is the course description. Next week, the week of the 20th, I'll give you probably 2 videos. One will be of the general Java overview, which includes a very general overview of the JVM and how a Java program is structured. And it'll be a rundown of the tools we're going to use for this class, and that's the online development environment. From then on, starting in week 3, we're going to have our assignment and quizzes, right? That's when our assignment and quizzes will start. It's week 3. And so we'll have 10 weeks of assignments and quizzes. And then finally, in our second to last week, like I mentioned before, we'll have our final exam overview. And then we'll have our final exam, which will take the form of a coding assignment. So one thing to note is that our final exam is going to be comprehensive, but also from week to week, all of this stuff builds on itself. So especially with input, output, and variables, we're going to have quizzes and assignments for input, output, and variables. But as we go on through functions and loops and stuff like that, we're also going to be using input and output, and we're also going to be using variables. It's the same with conditional logic. It all kind of builds on itself. So although you will be evaluated on your ability to code functions, that's also going to involve using variables and using input and output and stuff like that. At any time, feel free to email me with any questions or anything like that. I try to answer emails within 24 hours. I'll try to get back to you within 24 hours. But yeah, so feel free to do this at your own pace throughout the week. Email me whenever. I'll try to get back to you when I can within the next 24 hours. And I hope we have a lot of fun. And I'm excited to begin. So I look forward to having you all in class and all of the interesting things we're going to cover in the future. Thanks.